There are 5 families out there, kid, each controlling their own neighborhood, their turf. You got Tattaglias coming in from Brooklyn. These guys deserve to be hated. Bruno Tattaglia is next in line to be Don of his family and is working with that Turk asshole Salazzo. They're tough, but it only gets worse. As for Brooklyn, the Heights is pretty ritzy, but watch out near the waterfront. If I had a dime for every cheap hotel, brothel, or sleazy clip joint, I'd be a very wealthy man. One of New York's toughest neighborhoods, Hell's Kitchen. You'll be knee-deep in Cunios. The Cunios ain't rich. Few gambling clubs and brothels, plus some weapons. Hell's Kitchen itself is a burned-down, beat-up sewer of a place, full of tenement buildings and warehouses. Its rail yards are a rat's nest of scumbags and late-night wheeling and dealing. If you look into the face of a Strachey, you look into the face of pure fucking evil. You don't want to run into them on a dark night in their New Jersey stronghold. At first, the place looks pretty quiet, all little shops and fancy parks. But watch out. They're nut jobs, kid, tough customers. Best keep away until you know what you're doing. Midtown is the heart of New York. You got all those famous landmarks that you've seen in pictures, the big hotels and swanky nightclubs, and the richest of businesses. And of course, some of the most valuable rackets in town. One family maintains a stranglehold over Midtown, the Barzinis. Don Emilio Barzini is in charge, and he rules with an iron fist. And finally there's us, the Corleone family. Little Italy used to all belong to us, but it's getting harder. Those rival families keep moving in and hitting our family-owned shops and businesses. We gotta stop those other families. Take them out one by one. But when you look up at the big sign, kiddo, Genco Olive Oil, you know, on Mott Street, then you know you're home. You want to earn some protection money? First, you gotta find a business ripe for the taking. To extort the owner, you gotta convince him that it's in his interest to join us, capiche? Each merchant folds under different kinds of pressure. Some will listen to reason, others, well, you're gonna have to, apply pressure before they start paying. But the more they respect you, the easier it gets to intimidate them. When targeting a merchant, you'll see his pressure show up under his health. Everyone has 2 lines, where they'll give in and where they'll fight back. The closer you can push a merchant to their breaking point without pushing them over, the more cash we'll take home. Be careful though, a man can only take so much. Push them too far and they'll snap, maybe even take you on. Convincing is an art. You can threaten the poor schmo with your bare fists or a gun, you could smash up his shop, even beat up some unlucky customers. All sorts of ways. Me, I like the simple approach. Crack open the register with his own head. Do good, and that guy will be paying us each week. And don't forget, that poor innocent shopkeeper that you just had to wail on may not be as innocent as all that. Never know what they're hiding behind the door or up a flight of stairs. You want to own New York City? You want to be the king? You gotta control the rackets. You see them all over town, some crappy little shop with a big dirty secret inside. Maybe a locked back room or maybe a dark cellar below. Those businesses are called fronts, hiding the illegal racket stuff that's being pushed on the streets. Get control of these joints and you'll start earning a little cash for yourself and the family. If you're lucky, you'll break the racket boss and he'll spill the next business in the chain, or maybe even a fat, juicy warehouse for you to grab. Keep going, and you'll hit the top of the food chain pretty fast, kid, and the racket will be yours. Brothels and gambling are a bit different. They connect to each other like some kind of spider's web. Ain't no warehouses with these ones. Those gamblers, pimps, and madams tend to stick together, and they ain't up for showing much family loyalty. The rest, like liquor, diamonds, weapons, and explosives, lead back to a warehouse. Warehouses supply the fronts and are a tough part of the racket chain. Taking them down leads to you discovering where all the racket merchandise actually arrives in New York. The hubs. Taking over a hub is the key to breaking the rival families' backs. There's another way to get your teeth into those enemy rackets. Target their supply trucks first. Each neighborhood is full of racket trucks taking illegal goods from warehouse to business and back. If you can hijack a truck, the drivers will talk. Easy. Plus, you can take the load. But try not to kill them, huh? They're just working stiffs. Be careful out there if you're thinking of taking down a family. They won't take it lying down. You keep hitting their soldiers and businesses, and their vendetta level is going to rise and keep rising. For starters, they won't take kindly to you on their turf. Keep pushing them, and you'll start a mob war. While you're at war, our businesses and all Corleones are targets, especially in their backyard. You got two ways to end the mob war. Bomb one of their joints, or bribe an FBI agent to reduce vendetta levels before time runs out. If you happen to get whacked, they'll torch a few of our places and be ready to hit us again. But hey, if you succeed, they'll go into hiding and their vendetta level will drop to nothing. Tom's report will give you the status on vendetta level and family strength for each rival family. Know your enemies, I always say. It's the old story, kid. Make trouble, and the cops are gonna be all over you. The bigger the crime, the more heat that comes down on your head. Cops will be everywhere, and they won't be too friendly. That is, if they ain't already shooting. They catch you red-handed, and a bribe might not be enough. They'll take you in, or they'll take you out. If things get too hot, cool your heels for a while. But that sure as hell ain't as much fun as a little bribing. Bribe or intimidate a rookie into seeing things your way, and he'll look the other way if you want to wave your gun around a little. Sergeants are a tougher nut to crack, but'll let you get away with even more for a price. If you join the family, you'll get Tom's report. All our guys out there report back to Tom and let him know how the heat levels are in every neighborhood. You might need to head to another neighborhood if you've been stirring things up too much.